I just feel like walking, cause I'm saucing up and down these hoes. See this one to y'all, I brought the boat, busting down her throat.
What's up, guys? Under the Influence. We're back.
We're
Another
back
episode.
at it again.
I think we got some good stuff today, man.
Yeah, we're supposed to have LilSam,
LilSam, Black Star.
and
And, like, it's good because, like, I know LilSam maybe more than you, right? And
Yeah,
you
you-
know Black Star
yeah,
more than me.
yeah. So I think that's why I thought it would be a pretty good
It's
collab.
just like, you know, FBG Duck made that song, Chicago Legends. It's just like Elgin Legends right here.
I'm not
that
too
what we're
sure.
doing?
I'm not too sure. Hopefully one day we'll be recognized as Elgin Legends for what we do.
Nah, I think
I think to this day I think you put a pretty big stamp on Elgin. You know, and if you know, you know.
Yeah,
You know?
that's what I'm saying. Is like, but that's the thing though. Is, you know, and this is something my brother always talks to me about, bro. Because I'm always like going in somewhere and someone's like, "Is that Xander? Is that Alex?" Like every time, bro, we go in somewhere. So like, it's crazy to me. And this is what we're gonna talk about when we're actually like when we have them here. It's crazy to me that you can have so many people that know you, and then still like have hard time, you know, becoming successful in music and stuff like that. And that's where it comes into the point where like.
Yeah.
It is actually something that people prefer. Like, if they like your music, they're gonna support it.
Well, do you think people know you for like sometimes the wrong reason? You know.
I feel like that is definitely true.
Do you think people know you for your music more?
Like, I feel like a large part of the women population in Elgin does not like me, for sure.
Hey, I think that's a lot of you know to do with the T app.
You know who they do like though? My girl was on the T app looking for me, bro.
Nah.
She was looking for me. And you know who's on there? We gotta get him next. Tommy. 113 green flags. They love him. I was sitting there like, bro, what the hell?
I had like 15. There was a bunch of girls on there, and they were talking shit, bro. I was like, I don't even have 15 bodies for this many women.
You know what it was? It's because you were talking to 15 women, probably.
Horrible. I had a horrible experience.
Have you ever what's the most amount of like women you ever talked to at one time?
2.
2.
I was for sure in like a relationship with 2 women for a good period of my life.
Relationships with both?
Yeah,
of them?
and one of them
like,
knew.
hitting them up like, hey, you know, like. You know,
nah, cause I always told my homie Jaden, I'm like, I don't know how you talk to this many women, bro. Like, I never had the energy to have 4 girlfriends. I like 2 max.
We're gonna have to cut that for bro. You just exposed.
No,
him.
Shout out Jay.
Shout out Jay. I don't really think he cares.
Jaden do not care. You met Jaden.
Yeah, Jay's funny as hell.
Shout out Jaden.
Funny as hell.
But yeah, bro,
freaking, did he come back from Texas?
He's not in Texas. He's not Vegas.
Didn't he come back though? I swear he came back, right?
No, Jaden, we have a lot to work on, man. So you need to come back out here. Real shit. You need to come out here.
I seen right when he got out there, bro. Like, he's on some different timing, bro. You know, I feel like people were putting him in position. And he's making that play.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen his Snapchat though. He's making cheese. It looks like he's doing way better than what he was doing out here.
That's and
that's my nigga too.
Let's talk about that, bro. Like, people believe that when you move to a certain place, or like if you feel stuck, you should leave.
Bro, I still, bro. When we went to Florida, I tell you this every time when we talk about it, man. I felt like my heart belonged there, man. Like, dude. Every time it's just so cloudy. There's always like a cloud over your head here.
And that's the weather though in Chicago, man. It's rain, sleet, snow, fog, all in the same day within a matter of 4 hours, bro.
Yeah.
Everything's always changing, but the one thing that doesn't change is the BS that happens here. And maybe it happens like in your hometown. I feel like everybody doesn't live the same life, but sometimes it does feel like you're saying like there's a cloud over Illinois, bro. Like,
it's just always a cloud, and I really do feel like if you move around to a different state, I was just reading up on it. Like, sometimes it has something to do with like your birth sign. Like, some birth signs.
No. Don't tell me
you don't want to get into the birth sign.
Astrology, girl.
Come on, man.
And that's one of those things, bro, that like, I think though that you're kind of right in a way. I don't know if it has to do with the astrology or the birth sign, but if you're not in the right place, doors won't open for you like they would in somewhere else.
And that has a lot to do with connections. If you don't know the right people, the right doors won't open.
I feel like that's true in a sense, but at the same time, like, sometimes there's people who just come out and are just so talented that doors fly open for them. Have you ever noticed that? Like, let's talk about, who's that one dude who made that song, bro? I forgot. I'm going to remember it in a second, but he made a song with Polo G. Alexander McQueen, Crystal on a bitch. He's from Schaumburg. I forgot what his name is.
It wasn't Scory?
No, it's not Scory. This dude's from Schaumburg. Scory's from Syracuse. But basically, like, there's a lot of people who somebody sees their potential and those doors, they open those doors for them. They're like, it's right there.
Do you think that has to do with potential or someone they had a connection? Come on, because, you know, me and you both know.
Right.
Good music, you can have the best music in the world. That doesn't just lead you to Young Thug and Lil Durk and the OTF label. Like, it doesn't work like that.
Dude, I think it's ambition, tenacity, talent, and a little bit of luck. Every time, bro. Like, that's the only way that people blow up. It's never like, I mean, people say industry plant, but I don't think people really understand what industry plant means. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's literally just a label putting money behind you because they have a belief in you. And I think that's what every artist wants.
It's an investment.
You know what I'm saying? Every artist wants somebody to come along one day and be like, hey, man, we really believe in you. Like, we think you're going to do big things. We're going to put some money behind you. And I don't care what anybody says. If you say the opposite of that, you're lying. Like, there's nobody that's like, oh, I want to stay 100% independent and only reach a certain height, and then at the same time, like, I want to be in control of all my stuff, but have my stuff reach a global audience.
I feel like when we see a lot of artists say they're independent, I think they make it a lot easier than what it sounds.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and I think that a lot of people, when they say they're independent, they don't even necessarily know what that means. You know, they go to the studio, they make the song, they post it, and that's it for them. That's the day. You know, that's what they do with the release. And we're going to talk about that today with LilSam and Black Star. Like, what do you do prior to a release? Do you have a plan? Like, oh, I'm going to make this song. Or like, oh, I have 5 songs, 6 songs. I have a release rollout for each song. Each one's going to drop every month. You know, like, what do you do for those releases? And is what you're doing working?
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a big thing. But I also wanted to talk about this, bro, because I think that it's crazy that we lost another one the other day, right?
Who?
That Oliver Tree dude.
Yes. Whoa, yeah, that's a big one. Oliver Tree. You know, what's with these helicopter crashes, guys? What's with these celebrities dying in helicopters?
I mean, you know what's crazy is that the world will push certain people like other than others. But at the same time, I mean, you don't hear about the ones all the time for smaller people, but you know, I personally didn't even know Oliver Tree. I heard the song.
You heard the song, but you didn't know him because of his image.
And I feel like that's like a lot of people for the radio. Like, you heard the song, but you don't
So
really
there's a lot of conspiracy about his death because a few weeks before that, his label, he got into it with his label.
Yeah.
So, you know, you always hear, you know, these death conspiracies with these labels. You know, you have the Tupac with, you know, Death Row and all, you know, all this crazy stuff. Do you know, what do you think about that?
I think that if I was a person who didn't want somebody to leave their deal and profit money off their death in any type of way and continue making money, you know, I think that would be the route I would go.
So, I mean, you know, when an artist dies, I'll throw in Young Dolph or you know, we can what was that big New York rapper that died? Pop Smoke. Yeah. I didn't know Pop Smoke until he died.
Really?
So I I genuinely feel like when an artist dies, I do feel like their sales do go up, and it's been proven.
They do, and you know, I think the biggest thing is about their deals and what it says after. Not every artist has a deal where like, oh, if you die, we're still making money off you. Not every artist has that. Sometimes it's, oh, the family's gonna make money, or this isn't that. But I think that just comes to like the next part, bro. Is like, make sure, you know, when you're signing any type of deal or, you know, you're actually getting like a lawyer. And I think that's what labels do, is they see that people come from poverty or hardships, and they throw that cash in front of you because you've never seen $100K. You know, but at the same time, it's like a trick, right? You go to the casino, you see a dude sitting in the seat who's winning a lot of money. He really works for the casino.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be careful with people, you know, especially if you don't have any legal accounts or anything like that, because you'll sign your life away, or at best, like the next couple years. Granted, I don't think that selling or that signing a contract for a couple years is necessarily bad, because if you can use the momentum to build your own platform, it doesn't matter if you had 2 years of music that you dropped and didn't do well.
But what happens when you die, man? You know, the label owns it. They still own you.
But that's the thing, though. It's not all these labels are sitting there killing artists every day. You know, it's like.
Well, it's not the label that's killing them, but like what, you know, a lot of these artists have overdoses.
Right.
You know what happens when your artist overdoses and he's still under contract? They own you.
I mean,
when you
that's why, you know, but there's a thing, there's a stigma though, because there's also labels who don't want to sign drill artists because they're always dying. I just saw Sean say that from Say Cheese. He said, "Man, I'm not giving no artist $500K because all they're gonna do is buy drugs,
kill themselves, and it's not a good investment. He said the max he's giving an artist is $20K.
Which is crazy though, bro, because that's not even a year's worth of salary. You're gonna have me sit down for a year, and not even pay me a year's worth of salary. You know what? That's a year worth of salary for? That's part time at McDonald's.
Sean's excuse was that he said he gave Spot 'em got him $5K and he blew up.
$5K? I mean, yeah.
He said it's about artist consistency. You see in my head on $5K, I'm not sure if $5K is enough.
What's the last thing you heard from Spot 'em got him?
I could be wrong, but I think Spot 'em got him died, bro.
Did he?
I could be wrong.
Wait, that's the dude who lost his chain in the river, right?
I could be, could be wrong, but I think Spot 'em got him either died or is in jail.
No, he's in jail.
Could be wrong,
he's in jail.
I'm not too sure. Hold on, we go Google this real quick because I'm not too sure.
I'm getting no sense
but
you oh no, your phone's going. Spot 'em got him.
Here, I'll do it.
Nah, he's not dead, bro. It would have hit him with the deceased. Nah, he definitely went to jail. I swear, or something.
Oh no, he's alive. I'm bogus. Yeah, I think he's in jail.
That's the thing, though. Is that's relevant. Bro. Think about that. You haven't heard about him in a long time. Yeah. You ultimately think he thought he died.
Hey, speaking of that, I thought A$AP Rocky and Travis Scott were the same people for years.
Dude, that's crazy that you say that, bro.
For years.
Because I definitely had a feel whenever I would see them, I would think that, but when I hear their music, I know it's different. You know what I'm saying? They definitely have a similar look.
The same.
Do you know that? Speaking of that, lookalikes and people who are family. Young Dolph and Juice WRLD were cousins. Did you know that?
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
Young Dolph and Juice WRLD were cousins?
Yes.
Really?
Young Dolph and Juice WRLD are cousins. Glorilla and Lil Uzi Vert are cousins.
See, so what do you think about I talk about this all the time. There's a lot of Nepo babies out here, man.
But that's the thing is a lot of people these are families second families and far away cousins. They don't necessarily all know that. I thought it was crazy that Glorilla and Lil Uzi were related, bro.
Glorilla and Lil Uzi are related?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, bro. That's the type of you gotta start getting out more, bro. That 2K is frying your brand, man.
Shout out 2K26.
Shout out 2K. He's not hitting greens, but it's all right.
Smacking greens.
Nah.
Who else is related? It's like saying Michael. I heard Michael Jackson and Paris Hilton were related. I could be wrong.
There probably is some truth to that. I don't know, bro. When I gotta hear from them, oh yeah, that's my cousin. Young Dolph said after Juice WRLD died, that was my family. I just didn't get to. No, I didn't know that at the time, but after I think he died or a little bit before, they found out that they were family and shit like that.
I just read up on something earlier today saying they were saying Michael Jackson's kids weren't biologically his. How do you feel about that?
I don't know, bro. Michael Jackson's always a tough subject because so many people are swayed one way or the other. I think Michael Jackson was extremely talented. And
did you watch the Michael Jackson movie?
I didn't, so I don't want to talk about it, bro. But I know it was good, man. A lot of people told me it was good, and I've been waiting to watch it, but I refuse to watch it on 1, 2, 3 movies.
I'm not too sure, man. These are white children to me.
But
these are white children to me. Prince Jackson, he's not looking biracial to me, man.
They are not. I'm not gonna lie.
These are white
but
children.
But their mom, I forgot who she was, bro. But I mean, dude, it's possible. Have you ever noticed that as the years go by, light skins get more light skinned?
That's bullshit.
I'm serious, bro.
Bullshit. Shout out to all the biracial kids out there. We have a
hard
hard way.
Them, but at the same time, it's bro, if you keep mixing, say if I take,
come on, man.
I take a yellow thing of paint, right, and drop in some white, and I keep mixing more white. No, what's gonna happen?
It depends. Shout out to all the it's so hard to be biracial out here. This isn't talked about enough. And for me, because my mom's white, my dad's black. I always get the question.
Okay, but let me ask you this though.
What?
Because how do you think it feels to be a Mexican that doesn't speak Spanish?
That's your fault.
No, bro. The Mexicans, bro, they be treating me different, bro. It's I'm
that's how us biracial kids feel. The black kids treat us different because we're a little white. They're
I have noticed that there is a beef between dark skins and light skins.
Can we talk about the light skin versus dark skin beef? Why do y'all hate us? What is it?
You know what's crazy? Is sometimes I feel like it's the other way around.
No, man. I have black friends, and I've asked them. I said, I said, what's with you and these the light skin talk? They're just like, we don't like you niggas.
Wow.
It's always that. And I get it. We're black, but we a little white. And we look better than you niggas.
But is that more like envy?
Yeah, they're envious. No homo, but it is what it is, man.
That's crazy, and that's a thing, bro. I think about it sometimes, like, what would have happened if I just came out like a little bit whiter, or a little bit brown?
I always had a problem growing up. My mom, Alex, Zan, he doesn't like.
That's what I say, bro. You definitely fucking. We're gonna have to cut that.
My mom asked me. She looked me in my eyes. She said, "Why don't you have more black friends?" I didn't know how to answer that. I was living in South Elgin at the time.
And you know what's crazy? I asked my little sister yesterday, because I was interested. She brought this beach ball. Like, she got, at the end of the school year, you get to like do activities. Like, everybody signed this. I guess they don't do yearbooks anymore. She brought a beach ball. I look at it, bro. It's a lot of like white kid names. I'm like, how many black kids do you have in your class, Bella? She's like, 1. I'm like, what? How is that even possible?
Yeah.
And that's like, where's that? Willard. And I don't feel like that's a place where, the main population is white.
Oh, it's South Elgin?
Yeah.
No, because you got to go to the one across the bridge in South Elgin.
Right, Clinton. Yeah.
That's where all the
I just thought about that, bro. Like, that's really, like, there's places where diversity is scarce.
There's all Hispanic. Let's not say Mexican. All Hispanic elementary schools in Elgin. I went to Channing for a little bit.
Channing?
Yeah,
it's this?
I was like in 5th grade.
Damn.
Mostly Hispanics.
Channing is on the other side, right?
Yeah, like on the east side. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Or let's talk about these warehouses, man. Like, you go to these warehouses, you feel like you don't belong.
Bro, and I hate that shit, bro. I tell them every time, I'm like, English speaking, not hard labor. Every time I hit the staffing agency, bro, I'm like, straight up, I'm like, man, bro, I can't go in there because they see I'm a big guy and they want me to lift the heaviest shit. I'd be like, dude, what the fuck?
Yo, these warehouses nowadays, man, all Venezuelans.
Which is crazy to me because, they'll pay these Venezuelans and like Mexican Latins like way cheaper. Like, I'll probably get like 17 for the staffing agency. They're getting hired on at like 15.
Well, fuck it. They work hard. Dude. They work that overtime.
They do work hard, bro.
And I'm right there with them doing it.
Bro, they don't give a fuck as long as they get their lunch break with their tacos and rice every time, bro.
It's always tortillas. Some tortillas.
Yeah, they always bring their own tortillas.
But shout out Hispanics because, they're cool-ass people.
I used to work at this one job, bro, where we made boxes just like you did. We made boxes and stuff. All day we would make boxes. And I remember I would get there like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and they'd already be like, all of them, like 20 Mexicans in the lunchroom just sitting eating breakfast, bro. And they would have tacos for breakfast.
When I would go in at 2 a.m., the older dudes would look at me straight with a dead face. Easy money at 2 a.m. Easy money. Drinking a Red Bull. Easy money, Avion. Easy money. I'm like, bro, this is not easy money, bro. It's 2 a.m. We have fucking 12 hours ahead of us.
That's not what they say to me. And that's what they say to you, but what they say to me every time. No Spanish? No Spanish? Yeah, every time, bro.
You're a disgrace to their culture.
And I started saying it because you said it, and bro, every time now they laugh. I hit them with the no sabo. They be like, oh, no sabo. Every time, bro. But I'll tell you what, though. Biracial, let's talk about this. It's so hard to be biracial because sometimes it feels like there's not really a place for you. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is? You have to just accept you're white and black.
But that's what's cool, though.
And you can be the best of both worlds.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what's cool, though, because now there's 2 communities that you're a part of.
Yeah, like I told you, my best friend, I've known from, shout out Julian, bro. He's the most whitest, gentrified kid I know.
But we needed that parking the other day, and he wasn't there, so.
Yeah.
Just saying. Remember that.
Julian, what the fuck? I needed you.
Needed the parking. But yeah, bro, like, I definitely feel like being biracial is one of those things, bro. Where
look at Michael Jackson's BM.
You're
Come
still
on
this, huh?
I'm just saying.
I mean, she is very white, bro. I mean, those could be his kids.
I'm not too sure.
Especially with like, I don't really know how vitiligo works, bro, and like all that stuff, bro. Like,
I think that's a conspiracy. I'm not too sure.
I don't think vitiligo. I see people with vitiligo all the time. Vitiligo isn't just like, oh, I'm turning more white every day. Like, it's just, like, it could be patches of white, and, like, there's people with, like, blemishes of white and stuff like that, but.
I have something big to talk on, bro.
Okay, what is it?
I was reading an article. You know, I was looking up questions for our podcast, and I wanted something new to talk about, something, you know, touchy, and you know, something that they say you're most likely to get sexually assaulted at a sleepover.
Dude,
as a kid.
That's crazy.
That's what I found out.
That was just like a huge right turn.
I know.
Whatever we were doing. I think that is true though. Like, being a father now, I would think that kids ultimately, when you take them to a sleepover, you know, you need to be aware. Like, and it's hard too, because if you don't want to have your kid at a sleepover, it's like, they can sleep over at our house. But doesn't the other parent feel weird about that too?
Yeah,
I mean, like you have to know somebody for a long time.
Yeah.
And they say even if you know somebody for a long time, you never really know somebody.
Man, you know, I remember being a kid, things were different, man. You know, I'm not too sure. You know, I feel like everyone's, you know, had a sleepover. Yeah. And you know, some freaky shit went down, bro. I feel like that's.
I mean, honestly, bro, I never really had any issues with that, because I was always like a big kid. I remember my mom used to be like, I was like 13, and she'd be like, Alex, I'm gonna go sell this, or I'm about to go do this. Like, I just need you there to look big, you know. Or like dudes would hit on my mom because she's younger and stuff like that. And I'd look at them like, bro.
That's one of the most embarrassing things. I had that happen to me in the mall. I was like 12.
Let me ask you: are you more embarrassed at your mom or more embarrassed at the man?
Dude, I remember the dude was like, he had to be in his 20s, man. I was like 13. My mom's taking me on like the shopping spree at Woodfield. Shout out, Mom.
You're like, bro, what the fuck?
And I remember being in the Macy's, and he's like, he stopped us, and he's like, you're so beautiful. Like, can I get your number? I'm like, looking at him, I'm like, man. I'm like, what are you? You're like, dude. Like, she's been single for years, dude. Trust me. She's already. You know?
That's crazy, bro. Because and it's funny that you say that, because I've had so many people, like, you know, while I'm walking with my mom in a store, they'll be like, "Oh, is this your brother?" She's like, "No, that's my son," because I'm taller than my mom, bro.
Yeah.
Like, even when I was like 14, 15, I was way taller than my mom.
Shout out to all the single moms out there. You guys are the toughest, strongest ladies out there. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. I don't know how, you know, single moms are like wizards, you know. They work magic.
And it's crazy because when my mom first started, like, when she was younger, she didn't have any education. Really, I think she had high school. No, she didn't even have a high school diploma. When she was like 26, she graduated from high school over on her GED. And she was making like $20,000 a year. Now she's making like $100K a year. But that just shows you it took like 10 years of just advancements and like doing stuff. And that's crazy to think, bro. 10 years. Would you do that, 20K to 100K in 10 years? You would fast forward now if you could.
She was just, you know, she did it for y'all, bro. That's why she worked magic.
I was out of the house by the time she was making 100K, man. I was like, damn, man, like I missed out. Like my little sister now, she'll be having all the toys. I'm like, damn.
Man, I remember growing up. I grew up mostly an only child, man. And my mom would always tell me, she's like, man, I don't have it right now. But then it would always appear, you know. She always made that shit shake somehow. Yeah, I never understood that shit.
Speaking of making it shake, bro, I remember one year, bro, like my mom was like really broke and we didn't have any money for presents, bro. So she combined our present. She went and sold her ex-boyfriend's computer, and she bought us a puppy, and that was our present for Christmas. But that's crazy though. Like my mom would always make it work. Like, you know, you go to Burlington, put shit on layaway, you know, in like October, and then by the time December come, you got $1,000 worth of clothes.
You know, my story was a little different. You know, growing up only child, my mom spoiled the shit out of me up until like middle school.
Middle school, she was like,
I started acting up, bro. I was bad, bro. So like, you know, Jordans came down to Nikes.
I mean, bro,
came down to get a job.
You were a little chubby around then.
I was a little chubby. I was a little chubby.
Do big kids have anger issues? You know,
bro, I used to get mad as hell when my mom called me fat.
Your mom?
My mom would call me fat, bro. I would eat all the Little Debbie. She'd be like, "You little fat ass," and I'd start crying.
Why did you eat all the 8 count with Little Debbie?
But I got skinny, dude. I was fat when I met you, dude, and Xanax made me skinny.
You were kind of chunky. I remember like one week you were just like skinny. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, because I started eating.
Good job, Bobby. Good job.
The Zandemic happened.
Yeah, the Zandemic. Speaking of that, man, I was thinking about that, and I think we should include part of that. Like, you know, honestly, I think that when the Zandemic happened, bro, like a lot of people got sucked into it. But what about the people that like steered clear the whole time? Like, do you know anybody like that the whole time who didn't like take one Xan or pop any drugs?
You.
That's bullshit. It's bullshit.
You.
No,
I didn't see you partying. We were all partying.
But that's the thing, though, is the Zandemic didn't happen during your time. It started. I was there during the start, and then after, I went to jail for a little bit, and you had all those cases. I was like, nah, bro, I'm not doing this shit anymore. This shit, because I got in trouble for the Xan, bro. They gave me for 1.5 Xanax. They gave me a felony.
Yeah, they're gonna get you paraphernalia, man.
Which is bullshit, bro. Because I didn't even know it was in the car. So but I mean, at the end of the day,
I don't know
what it is.
I mean, it
might have South Elgin Police Department.
It might have been my friend group, but everyone was doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody was high.
In waves, though. Like everybody, every time you're like a person or a main character in any way, you're gonna feel that wave of like stuff happening.
When did you know you had to stop? Like, this is a problem. Like, I can't do this anymore.
And this is a tough story, bro.
Because I know mine was the story.
It wasn't.
I took an X pill. I took ecstasy one time. My friend Gio gave it to me, and it turned out to be laced with methamphetamine.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
my mom was on vacation, and I was in the house for 3 days tweaking. Yeah. Tweaking, and eventually I went to the hospital and I had to go to a psych ward for that shit.
Dude, that's so crazy.
Yeah. So that's when I was in that psych ward, and we were just talking about the booty juice that they give you. What is it called? What's in it?
Sedative.
The sedative.
Yeah. People call it booty juice though, because you be flying.
Yeah.
Flying.
I remember being in that psych ward. And I woke up to some kid. He was 13. He was addicted to fentanyl. He woke me up. He said, "Are you okay?" I was crying. I guess I was crying.
Mental health is fucked up.
But when I got out of that, I knew I was like, I can't do this anymore.
I think let me touch on this, and then I'll tell you when I knew I need to stop. Mental health is fucked up. I remember when I was in the hospital, I was like 13. This kid, bro, he flipped his bed over. Mind you, this bed's like 6 feet. This kid's like 5 feet. He tried to hang himself from a 6-foot bed, like tied around his neck. I'm like, bro, this guy is just, he doesn't know what's going on right now. And they came in, held him down. And let's talk about that too, bro. The big dudes, bro, who work at the hospital, they be big, bro. Come hold you down real quick. Yeah. But yeah, okay, so when I felt like I had to stop using Xanax or participating in Xanax or anything that happened with Xanax and drugs like that, it was mostly because I started to see that the opportunities for me that I had that made my, wealth higher and stuff like that, not to incriminate myself in any way, but that made it better for me, was just tearing apart the community. Like, I'm talking about, think about like 1,000 Xanax coming in every day. Yeah, it's horrible for the community. I thought about that a lot too. It's like what we were doing. Like, I would have people who'd be like, bro, where can I get this? I remember there was 2 people who showed up to a hotel where I was at asking for Xanax, and they ended up getting tased outside by the cops because they were already off Xanax, and they had driven 30 minutes away to get Xanax. Like, so it's just like crazy, One of my craziest stories off that shit was, I think you were with me, man. I went into a Walmart, and the vehicles you can ride, like for the the handicaps. I went and I started snatching everything. Like, I snatched a pair of headphones off the headphone rack. You weren't with me? I think you might have been with me. Dude. No, you were with me, because I remember being in your car. I was like, yeah, I got a new pair of headphones. And there were some Skull Candies. I, like, ripped them off. And I was just so fried, bro. I took everything out. And that's the part. I could have been with you, but I don't remember. And that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, you don't really remember anything off the Xan. That's for sure with Zoo. Shout out Zoo. Zoo, man. Zoo's a goat. Oh, well, LilSam and them are going to be walking up. So we're going to wrap this up for the time being. We're going to have LilSam and them come and get on the podcast. But I want to make sure, everything's set up real quick, with our visual guy. And then we're going to be right back with the probationary period. Tyler, he's on here still. So, Tyler, we'll be back in a second, bro. Until further notice. Because, they're walking up right now. Yo, so we're back. We got a guest today. Who we have here?
HunnidRound LilSam, man.
Okay. And I mean, I've never met you in person. I met you one time. It's for reasons I'm not sure we can talk about. I think we can. I mean, fuck it. I think I bought some weed off you a couple years ago, man. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
That's where we are, bro. Everybody's been there. Everybody's doing that. So, I mean, there's people who are like 30 still doing that, man. Like,
lifestyle, man.
And it's crazy because you've been making music for a long time, very long time.
How long has it been, bro?
I want to say, I don't know. I've always been musically inclined my whole life, so I want to say I probably started actually recording though, like late 2017, early 2018.
Oh,
like,
bro.
Probably some of the first times I've ever recorded. Actually, here where we at right now.
Right.
Big
Shout out
to
Studio
Stu.
270,
Exactly.
bro.
I was gonna say that. Big shout out.
270.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like, musically inclined, like, pretty much your whole life?
Man, I could say from probably like the time I was born, it's always been music, you know.
Right, rhythm.
My father, you feel me? My uncles, my family, it's just always been music.
Right.
My father's an artist himself, so.
And that's
It
what
just
we were
came
kind of
naturally.
talking about the other day. I said when you're a kid, you know you have it.
For
You're
sure.
talented. You know you have it, and you know this is what you want to do. And
Right.
and here we have someone else saying that he knew that this is what he wanted. It's something you feel.
For
So
sure.
it's like you're, like, relatively, like, grandfathered into the music. Like,
Almost,
you
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a great term, man. Great way to put it. Yeah.
Because, like, let me ask you, though, like, being that your dad and you're, like, everybody in your family is, like, in music in some type of way, do they really, like, help you with your releases and stuff like that?
So that's where it get a little, you feel me?
Everybody's got opinions.
Not necessarily everybody got opinions, but I was around my father and them like early on, so it was things I seen early on. A big gap in my life. I didn't have him, you know.
Yeah, that's
But
understandable.
from time to time, going around, family on my dad's side, they always be showing me a new song he made or something like that.
Right.
So in ways like that, I was influenced. But as far as like releasing everything, figuring out how to put everything together, figuring out how to do everything, that was all me on my own.
Right.
Not saying I ain't gonna say all me on my own, but like, you know, me and those who were around me, like
Right,
during those
everybody
periods,
gets a little help with different things.
Now to get to know a little more about you,
For
does
sure.
does your family support your music? Because making music, we all know, it's very hard to get money from this shit.
For
You're not
sure.
making $100 every time you post a song. So
That's a fact.
when you're making music and this is your dream, and you know it's financially hard to do it, post it, you know, the little shit. How, does your family support you on that, or have they ever like, man, I'm not gonna lie, bro, like this shit not gonna work, like you need to do something else?
Nah, see, that's the one thing I say. I don't think I've ever heard that. Like, even before I was officially recording music and
Right.
shit
Yeah.
like that, like doing little talent shows in school and shit like that, I always had the
Right.
family support as far as like that, you know. So they've always supported me in that way. But as far as like financially, you know, it's kind of one of those things. Like they believe in you, they know you could do it, but it's like it's up to you. That's what you want to do. You know, you're gonna make it happen on your own type of thing.
And since we're talking about, you know, family support, how did your family feel? Because I heard it. This was a couple years ago. You had a song called "Let's Do It." You had it was "Let's Turn Up to the
Right.
Max." You had "Road Running."
Right.
Those songs blew up.
Yeah.
You know who put me on with that song? We all know that. Shout out Sodi.
Shout out Sodi.
Shout out Sodi.
Shout out Sodi, man.
Hey, me and Sodi, we had our differences before. You know, yeah, whatever though, Sodi. You know, it's all love, nigga. He's the one who put me on with your song.
Yeah.
I remember I was a kid in this nigga's backseat selling carts, and I remember hearing it. I was like, is this Pop Smoke? I swear I thought that shit was Pop Smoke. He like, nah, this HunnidRound LilSam,
And
bro.
that's what I'm saying. Sodi loved that song.
Yeah.
He would play it every chance and opportunity he got, bro. Can I
Big shout out Sodi, man.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, let me ask about that, though, bro. Like, that song, when you first made it, did you know it was a hit?
Honestly, nah, not really. Cause look, how that song even came about is like it's a little crazy. Cause I had found a beat and I was living in this area. I ain't gonna say the area, but I was living in this area like with some opposing people. Let's just say that.
Right.
Yeah.
And one day, the same beat I heard them outside playing it,
Oh, so you had to have one.
and I'm like,
Okay.
I'm going to do it better than them.
you know,
Yeah.
I heard, you
Yeah.
know, and so it just happened like that. And then when I recorded it, I didn't think too much of it, but I more so shot the video and everything almost
Right.
as like
Yeah.
Right, like a diss to them. Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Yeah.
it was almost something like that.
The
so.
music video went crazy. I saw a lot of Michael. You know, you had everyone in Elgin damn near in there. I saw Michael Hill in that motherfucker. Shout out Michael Hill.
Shout out Michael
Shout out his
Hill,
sister
man.
Robin.
Hill, man.
Those were we all grew up on Meyer Street together, man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And,
Savage.
yeah, Savage is in
He-
there.
He's been wilding, bro, for sure, for a minute.
So you know, if you know, you know. It's really this is
Yeah.
why I really wanted him on here, cause
The town was definitely there.
Yeah.
The town was definitely there. And
Yeah.
It was so many more people like like the house was packed out. It was people outside that couldn't even get in the house that were trying to get in the video. So,
Right, bro. And I'm seeing the video. I'm like, damn, bro, it's got to be hot in there. He's sweating for sure.
Man, it was hot. It was vibes.
That's what I'm
a lot
saying,
of other
bro.
things.
Even when I was in I really want the people to, I like to get into like personal detail about some certain things. So this is something personal about me. When I went to jail, there was a Tyson. He talked a lot about you, and he talked a lot about Cap too.
Yeah.
Do you know Cap, the producer, right?
J Cap.
Yeah, J Cap.
Big shout out J Cap.
Shout out J Cap. That's one of our very
J-Cap.
close friends. And while I was in there doing my time, your name was brought up.
Yeah.
HunnidRound LilSam, that's my homie, man. I was in music. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, so your name really, it's known and elegant. And it's gonna go down in one of those legacies. People know you. And so what are you gonna do with that in the long run?
And see, I love that I'm known so much, on a local level. And even, surrounding towns and stuff like that. But, I plan to, use that, to the advantage. Everybody want to use their,
right.
It's just like a stepping stool type of thing,
right. Use it as to get more exposure.
Get more exposure and things like that. So
that kind of brings me to my next question, bro. Like, how do you feel about that? Like promoting that song, even though it's a little like what 2, 3, 4 years old?
Yeah.
Like, do you ever think about like maybe I should promote this more?
So actually, I've been thinking a lot recently. Like, I don't know, just now more than ever, I've been more locked in.
Right.
I've always been locked in, but like now more than ever, like I'm really locked in. And
I see the reels.
Yeah, and actually that you mentioned that. Oh, damn, I mean about to tell. But that you mentioned that, yeah, I have thought of going back and promoting that, or even just because a lot of people now, like over the last 2 or 3 years, they know me for more like, you feel me, a calmer style
right.
and things like that. Yeah. A lot of people didn't get to see that, you feel me. So even when I do repost those clips from that video sometimes and stuff, I have people slide up like, what the fuck? Like,
when did you make this?
Yeah, like,
right.
So
let me ask though, like, what would you, if you made that song today, right? Say you weren't making stuff that's more like low key and like more vibey. If you made that song today, what would you do differently with the knowledge that you have?
With the knowledge that I have now, honestly, a lot of people probably wouldn't admit this, but with the knowledge I have now, the song probably wouldn't have went to the same extent.
Really?
You think so?
I think so because I'm focused now. I'm not surrounded by so much noise, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's deep.
I'm not. Submerged in that.
Right.
Type. So
that lifestyle.
I would think twice. I got 2 kids.
Right.
Yeah.
My son, he really look up to me.
Yeah.
Every song, word for word.
That's really, really deep.
So I honestly feel like if I were to have done that song today, it wouldn't have had the same impact.
Cause you were living that lifestyle. You didn't really give a fuck at the time.
I ain't give no fucks.
You feel me?
So is that what you think made you switch styles more? Is that your son, your family?
Yeah, and this is also a big thing that I wanted to talk about too. Yeah, like I received a lot of feedback. You should do this. You should do that. You should make this. You should make that. And I respect it because it may be true in some way, shape, and form. I respect it. But everything got to be calculated now. I'm not just moving for me. I'm not just out here. I got a family to come back to. Everything. Behind them songs was coming real, street situations and shit. Really, people feeling that type of, so. I can't really be having all that, when I'm moving with my family and shit like that.
And I feel like I feel the same way. Do you think you can even go back into that kind of rap again? Is rapping about? Cause I know when I make a drill song, I'll fuck with it, but I'm like, man, it's not really what I like.
And look, from the start of my career, I never really
like drill?
Cared for the, that shit just came naturally to me. Like being able to like rap without no melody or rap with just on any those type of beats and shit, that shit came natural. Like lunch table freestyling type shit. Like that's almost like that shit that shit came naturally. So I never really found too much joy from coming in the studio and making those type of songs, because it come in, I record it, 30 minutes, it's over with. I like to come in, when I'm coming in, I'm doing something melodic or something like that. I feel for it, it feels like I'm actually trying to put something together. It's more deep. I'm more connected to it and shit like that.
Right.
And I think longevity with it, this is some shit that motherfucker could put on years from now and still vibe to it. People gonna grow out of that let's do it phase.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be 26 want to let's do it no more.
But I'm not gonna lie.
No. I'm not.
Sody.
Shout out Sody, man. Shout out Sody, man. And I'm not saying that you might not play the song and sing it and reminisce of like, this was a time, but
it's just not the same thing you want when you get
I feel you on that.
Or when I'm running into somebody and I'm like, I'm an artist and this is what I make, and I got 50 niggas in the video, and every gun from A to Z and shit.
Yeah. Let me ask, bro, like, when that song first came out and you were getting comments that were love, I'm sure you were getting comments that were hating. I never really paid attention to that. How did it feel, to have so many eyes on you on that?
Yeah, and to answer, put this on top of mind.
For sure.
Not only the eyes, but did any labels reach out? Did you had so much traction? Did no labels reach out? Did anybody reach out and want to put you on the team?
Okay, so I'm gonna answer his part of the question first.
Yeah.
When it dropped and I started getting the love, it was kind of crazy because like when it dropped, I'm watching. I'm like, damn, this shit hard. I go back like 30 minutes later. I'm like, hold on, what the fuck?
Yeah.
500 views, okay, like that's decent. Okay, that's cool. I go to sleep. I wake up the next morning. That's just like at 1.5. I'm like,
damn, overnight.
That's
on
kinda,
YouTube.
Yeah, that's on YouTube. And that's I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna drop the audio. That's what made me drop. All right, now I'm gonna drop the audio. I know it's hot. And then, like you said, with the comments and everything started pouring in, like I'm almost like, nah, this shit a little like, nah, they ain't really fucking with me for real. They just saying this shit. And then I'm driving around or I'm going to gas stations and a motherfucker pull up. That shit smacking, or I go into the gas station. Hey, listen, I never seen this person a day in my life, like. So I started feeling like, damn, like you feel me, the city fuck with me, like that shit gave me fuel. That's what created those next, you feel me, tracks to come.
So what about the labels? Shit. No one hit you up, no A&Rs?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Now, from doing those little showcases and shit we used to do back then and shit like that, I did a few of them. I had A&R for Atlantic Records. We was talking for like a minute. And I talk to my homies about this to this day, and this is no cap. You could, whatever you want to say, this on both my children, my family could vouch this. I was so, how do you say it? Like, I don't know. I was so like, what's the word,
like
man?
Disconnected?
Starstruck? Were you
starstruck, disconnected? It was almost like,
did it not feel real?
It didn't feel real,
right?
And I wasn't focused at that time, so it's like, this shit, nah.
Well, I'm sure you're making money at this time
for
too, right?
For sure. And that's what I'm saying too. It's like, nah, this shit ain't real for real. And then we chatting and shit, and then it's getting a little bit serious. Motherfuckers talking about flying me to Atlanta. I never ever took a plane at this time. None of that shit. That shit sounded kind of like.
So you thought that shit wasn't real? Like you wasn't even really worried about that because you had so much other shit going on,
and I got motherfuckers in my ear who never did shit musically ever in their life before. Gang, you gotta think about it. Your potential. This nigga signing for an M. Because it was just distribution deals and things like that. But it was still shit that would have helped me.
Yeah, exactly.
But I got motherfuckers. And also at the same time, I'm believing my own heat too. So it's like when you got a whole team full of motherfuckers. You can do this. Look, man. Just give it a little bit more time. So that shit, I'm on top of me already being nervous and whatever else.
When these things happen, bro, like, let me ask this too, because I always try to say this. Did they ever ask you for anything when they're talking to you?
Any money?
That's another thing too. Like, I've always been told, like, when it comes to that, you gotta have a lawyer for that type of stuff. And a lot of the type of shit that they were sending me through email and shit like that, I didn't even understand that shit. So it's like,
I mean, nowadays you just plug into ChatGPT. It's hell, you know what I'm saying?
Like, I wish ChatGPT would have been around back then, but like, in a way, you always gonna have to invest in yourself. Like, they wanted reimbursement for certain things and stuff like that. Like.
But do you think that, like, if at that time, if you would have actually signed that deal, just say, like, on a whim, that you would have been able to fulfill those things, being, like, unfocused at that time?
For sure. I would have locked in. See, although I was unfocused, I never been loose. Like, I've always had a head on my shoulders.
Yeah, like I got to do this.
Yeah, so I would have locked in for sure, and I believe, I would have capitalized off it.
And not to switch up the conversation, but, we're supposed to have Black Star here, guys. So I wanted to touch up a little bit about Black Star. I see you guys a lot on Instagram. You guys, what was the newest song you guys have out? I saw the music video.
Tongue.
Yeah.
Tongue.
I saw the music video.
I thought that shit was hard.
Yeah, how'd you guys meet? And if you could, since he's not here, give us a little description about him.
Man, Black, that's the fucking Batman. Black. That's the fucking Batman. Man, shit, we met, music. He was fucking with my shit years back. It's an age gap between us and shit like that. So
yeah.
But he was fucking with my music years back and shit. I had already went to school with his brother and shit like that.
Yeah.
You feel me? I knew of him. I fucked with his music early on. I would, you feel me, text him and shit. I thought he was hard because he was so young.
Right,
yeah.
different
he was,
town.
That almost reminds me of Xander and how me and Xander met.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like, I could see the same, I could see that, And it's like, I'm like, damn, that shit fire. And back then, he was on the plug and B wave.
Yeah.
Right.
When a lot of niggas
weren't even there yet.
Or wasn't even comfortable to like, and I was listening to that type of shit, but I wasn't making that type of shit. So I'm like, to see somebody where I'm, from where I reside at, making that type of shit, and he putting that shit out there, and he being different with it. He was on his own wave.
Black's always been different, and a lot of people don't know this about me and Black. I wanted to talk to, cause me and Black had our ups and downs with music.
Okay.
And
see, this
I really wanted to talk to him about this in person, cause now it's over. We're grown now, whatever. Right. Black had hit me up when me and Xander had first. I started making music with Xander. This was around 2020. I was so over my head, and I thought I was so my ego was shot over. He wanted to make music with me, and I told him no. And I regret it. I genuinely regret it because now we both grown and I see his music and it's fire. But we gotten over it.
That's growth.
Yeah, it's growth. And he sent me an open to a song. We do have one song together. Okay. But I fucking it was shit.
It's just a different vibe though when you get in the studio and you make something with someone. We were talking about this.
Yeah, when you texted me, that's why I'm like, I'd rather be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is that for you now? Like I'm sure like when you go record songs, have you like how explain us your process? Because I want to know like how it is versus.
And what are you making music on? Because shout out, I use BandLab, time to time.
Damn,
so shout out.
Y'all using BandLab? Oh, I don't know if you use BandLab.
I'll use everything, bro.
For you using BandLab?
Yeah, we use a little bit of everything, brother. And shout out Cap, because Cap has been making my music, folks.
Cap
shout out Cap, man. Shout out Cap.
On the mix, yeah.
And damn, that shit raw. Like, like for people who can master the BandLab, that shit.
I've been using BandLab since high school. I started on a Google Chromebook. I had got an interface and I had got a mic just like how I was in there. And bro, Xander too. He'll show me things.
I mean, the mix is good.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Xander's mix on BandLab is unbelievable.
Yeah,
you wouldn't believe how.
I just bro. I got time sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, bro. And to this day, man, you sit there and record something at the crib at home on BandLab. You send it to Cap, bro.
Yeah,
he got it.
Perfection.
Hey, I just made a song here. Shout out Kennedy. He made my song. I sent it to Cap. It was a rock beat. This dude switched the whole beat to like some jerk beat.
He'll do that. He'll make a whole different beat.
It was a jerk beat. It was a whole
He's
different
famous
beat.
for that.
He's weird.
Me and Cap got songs together. Like,
yeah, that's great.
You guys remember the treehouse he had?
Oh my god,
dude, it wasn't
that was
a treehouse, bro.
With the bridge, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's like the bridge to
I want to say that.
And shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's like the fucking first spot.
What was I asking?
I met him at.
Oh yeah, how is it recording now versus then? Because I feel like you said energy's completely changed now.
Also, to tap back into the question that you have, what I record on Pro Tools and Logic Pro.
Oh, okay. And you're doing that at the crib by yourself, or you got like an engineer with you?
When I was with Cap.
Yeah. You knocking shit out, for sure.
And he'll tell you, like.
That's when Cap was locked in with the music. Cap, you gotta lock
in.
The
fuck in.
Like, if you got 3 people telling
respectfully,
you to lock in, bro.
Respectfully.
It's some bullshit.
But when I was with Cap, I was like, he'll tell you I'm a studio junkie, so I record songs like up the ass, like pause, crazily, like I record songs crazily, like so, and then now it's me and Black, we record any
Yeah, I see a lot of that. I know he makes a lot of his own music, and that's something that takes so much talent.
Brother, that's what I'm saying. Brother's a GOAT, like He helped me out with all this shit, I just
watched him on TikTok make a whole song in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, bro.
And that's what I was gonna say too. Like the recording process compared to now, like our chemistry. Because every time I'm in the studio, I'm with Black, so like our chemistry with that shit is like crazy. Like J Cap got me to the point where I could really lock in as
Like
an artist.
speed
Yeah,
runner.
you know,
Yeah.
like he got me to that point.
Cause he's impatient, bro. He'll be like, nah.
And
bro, we're not
he'll
gonna
tell you,
do that.
I'm pretty solid at recording too.
Right.
So, but now that like I've been like I said, like Cap locked me in type
Right.
shit. He ended up moving, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I started going to Black and shit like
Yeah.
that, and now it's just like the way we record the shit coming off like so just
Right.
Yeah.
it's like
Fluid.
rapid fire, like songs getting done in 20 minutes.
Damn, yeah, that's good, bro.
Like-
especially if you could have somebody that like knows what they're doing, making it sound good, bro. So like, let me ask now though, like, what I've heard a couple of the songs. I think I fuck with
I feel like he
couple
has a
of the
very
songs,
specific
bro.
sound that he sticks to, and I feel like that's good. You know, a
Who,
lot of
Black
people.
Star or
Yeah,
Hunter?
Black Star.
Black.
Black Star.
Black,
But
yeah,
but I
Black Star.
have heard some of
Yeah.
your newer music, and I feel like since you guys are around each other so much, I feel like you guys are kind of like combining your sounds and
Yeah.
making them one, and
Yeah.
it's like because like you said you were doing the trap. And now it's like what would you even call that specific genre of music?
See, my specific genre of music, I don't even know. And low key, it started at Cap shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
me making like the type of music I make now and shit
Right.
like that. Like
I saw you make
I started-
like a Jamaican song too. It was like
Oh yeah, see like
that shit was kinda vibing.
yeah.
that shit that's just nature, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm around. So, and I ain't gonna lie, the new, well, I don't know what Black will call his shit, but like more so what I got going on right now, it's almost like a Afro fusion type shit, like an Afro underground almost.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if
Right.
you peep all my beats, they almost got like a little Afro like type pattern.
And speaking
into
of
'em
new
and shit like that.
genres, man, we got this guy Too Slimy out here, dude, making fucking. You
That
know
shit-
what? How do you feel about this guy Too Slimy? You know he's out here. You know he has his own genre of music.
I never been too much of a harsh critic
Yeah.
when it came to music. I got a real open ear and
Right.
mind
Yeah.
to it. But damn, I need to tap the table again. But Too Slimy, yeah, he different. You gotta have an ear for it for sure.
Yeah.
But
You gotta have
I
a few
fuck,
ears.
yeah, and
Few
I
ears.
I fuck
In case
with
one go out.
anybody that pop it. Anybody
Yeah.
that pop their shit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fuck with it. So I fuck with him off the strength of him. He popping it. He don't get no fuck. He gonna pop it. But do I fuck would I put that shit on and listen to it?
No.
Right. Can you tell
Probably
me one
not.
song name? You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't.
Couldn't do it either.
Like me and my son, like we be mocking that shit together. We be-
That shit garbage.
but-
Dad, that shit garbage.
Well,
it-
like,
that shit garbage. Pack that shit up, gang. But you popping it. You
Right.
know, you popping it.
let me ask.
I wouldn't
though,
want a
like,
song from you though.
What's one artist like in that stage of their career that you really fucking with like that right now?
Man, you know what's so crazy? The artists that I listen to, honestly, y'all probably don't even know. Like,
I listen to a lot of underground. So
see, that's the
hit me.
thing though. I listen to a lot of underground,
Right. Yeah.
but I listen to a lot of shit from out the country.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
new. I've never heard
That's what I'm
that.
saying.
UK.
This real shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
UK.
UK artists, dump like. I listen to UK underground more than I listen to
Yeah.
American underground, and not even just
You're probably
UK.
gritty with
I'm
your
listening to
stuff,
artists
so
from
shut
Brazil. I'm listening to artists from South Africa. I'm listening to artists from the Congolese. I'm listening to artists
Really?
from France.
Wow.
So that makes
I'm
me think
listening
my
to artists from
SoundCloud
the
analytics might
Caribbean.
be a little right. You know, maybe there is some guy in Africa listening to.
Nigga, that's a
Avi, man.
fact.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like,
Yeah.
I'm so tapped with music, like worldwide. Like, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, like, it's all the same shit going on.
I would have
everywhere.
never expected to hear that from you.
So like,
I swear to God.
say you like you're having a good day. What's the first song you put on? Even if we don't know it, just
yeah, like come
Even if
on,
we
be
don't-
honest. Cause hey,
Dre,
look,
it's called. It's probably if I'm having a good day, it's either gonna be this song called "Trouble" by Dre J. It's like on some like
Dre J. Okay.
it's like awesome like
it's on like
vibey like
some
almost
vibey
like
shit.
right.
Like you finna rodeo
reggae
shoulder.
almost type shit
Kind of
like
like
that.
similar stuff to what you're doing.
Yeah, similar type
okay.
shit. And then like if not that, I'm gonna throw on like. If we talking like some US shit, I'm gonna throw on some like what's his name? Hard Nard, like some
Hard Nard,
Fast
fire.
Smack shit like that on
Hard
beat.
Nard, fire, bro.
Yeah.
That
Shout
shit
out Hard Nard.
got me in a choker hole
Yeah.
right now and
Yeah.
be like that shit right there. Yeah, I'm fucking with like you feel me, Atlanta type shit. You feel
Right.
me?
Atlanta has a big underground scene and good music
Hell
scene.
yeah.
If I'm listening to one song when I'm down, bro, I'm for sure turning on some rock. I love rock music.
I ain't
bro.
gonna lie, see that's another thing people don't know about me. I listen to rock, I listen to country.
Shut
and
up.
look,
Wow.
you get in my car right now at this second, like whenever we leave this, y'all come out to my car. My shit is default set to the country station.
Yeah,
like,
wow.
You know,
Really? That's crazy.
Alabama.
You know, not that type of shit, but like, you know, some good country music type shit.
Like,
you know, bro, some Luke Bryan type shit. You know, some
Morgan
you know,
Wallen, like that,
Morgan Wallen. You know, some shit like that. You know.
Let me ask, bro. Like, when you make a song, I know, like, in the past I used to get stuck on this myself, and like, or it's kind of changed now. But when you make a song, like, are you listening to it, like, on repeat, or are you like, you know what I'm saying, like, kind of like, okay, that's in the vault?
Because I listen to a lot of my music over and over again. I feel like if I do that, I don't like it, and it kills the vibe.
See, look, I said I'm not a harsh critic when it comes to music, but I critique myself like too much, and that comes from me listening to my shit too much. Like, I record some shit, I'm like, this shit hot. Yeah. Listen.
And then you don't like some like the minor thing. It's something small.
Or even if it's like not something that I don't like, it just be like, damn, I listen to the song so much myself, I lose interest.
Xander, I feel like that's something you do a lot.
Drop that shit.
I actually haven't been listening to my music in a long time.
Well, no, not listening to your own music, but you know, remember that time we speed ran through a song, and I was like, I really like this. Like, you're punching in. I feel like and it's not a bad thing. But
that's because I just don't like, if I don't feel it, bro. Like, I don't want to make songs like that. I like making songs that like
that you feel.
You know, I feel, even if it's like, you know, a hard song or whatever. But
I'm the same
I think
exactly.
that when I listen to my own music too much, this thought always pops in my head, like, oh, if I have a repeat listener who's listening to my music, or, you know, my music as much as I am, they're not gonna fuck with this. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not.
Well, when you're in the studio, you know what you want. You know what you're looking out for. That's a fact. And when you're in the studio, are you the same way? Like, you know what sound you want, you know what you're going for. You know what, you know, are you freestyling? Are you writing?
Now look, this is so crazy. When I was recording with Cap, he'll tell you I would freestyle a lot, but
Cap, we need Cap here at this point.
I'm very like articulate, and I like writing in general. Like, you know, like that's something that I do like for free time type shit. And I'm not just gassing it on like this, like, you know, I like writing. So back then, I used to write, but like I'm so locked in with the music now. If I sit down to write some shit, I might go to the studio and not even want to say that shit on the beat no more. And so probably everything that I've made in almost like the last year,
punches,
straight freestyle.
Yeah.
And that's like with no exaggeration. I went to my shit to write, but I haven't recorded the songs that I wrote.
You never gone in like with just like two sentences of an idea, and you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I do right now.
Now that like, damn, I guess I do that. Well, not recently, but like I would do that a lot. Like I would write like a hook almost or something like that, half a hook, and then like I go off of that.
That's because he be rushing me, bro. So I'm like, okay, I got 2 sentences. All right, let's just go in with this, and then I'll make a song in 30 minutes.
I think I'm like. That's the one thing I was gonna say too. It come super natural for me. So like, even when I'm recording with Black, sometimes like his beat picking process, like, you know, he gotta
hear for it.
Yeah, he gotta listen to it. He gotta fuck with it. I'm more so like, if I fuck with it, I'm pull it up. Let's go. Like, let's do it. I get it. And I know some people be a little bit more slow paced with it, but
I listen to the beat for 3 seconds.
3
max.
seconds.
If I don't
that's
like
what
that
I
shit,
do, bro.
That, you know.
But you know what though? If I hear something that has potential, I'll go to the beat drop. If the drums are right,
that's what I'll do.
I'll do it. I'll do it. But it has to have the right sound for me to even think about the drums.
You ever thought about like what rings your brain to tell you like I like this beat? Well, like what in those 3 seconds tell you? You know?
I think it's a mix of who you are and you know, the vision for yourself that you have.
Because that beat could be trash to somebody else and be you know,
like some of the beats
that happens often too. Like, as much as me and Black are alike, and like we fuck with the same style of shit, it's a lot of times like he pull up some shit and he like, brother, this shit crazy. I'm like, no. And I pull up some shit, I'm like, this shit. Yeah. He like, bro, be for real.
And
I'm like, so
that's what Cap and me used to get on ass about all the time.
Look. This is the one thing I want to speak about, Cap.
Cap, bro, we need you here, gang.
Damn, I bumped the mic again. Cap, I love you, gang. Shout out Cap. But bro, if it's one thing that used to piss me off about going to the studio with him,
was it his girlfriend?
Nah, not even that.
Patty.
I bypass shit like that. But Patty, it would be if I wrote this song or I picked this beat before I came here.
He don't like your beat.
Don't try to talk me out of doing this beat, or don't try to. Don't try to not to cut you off. Yeah. Don't try to how do you say it, like. don't get in my head about the shit. Now my
now
energy
you're
towards the track is not. I'm not now. My deliverance is gonna be as damn near because I'm damn near. I'm recording, but in the back of my head, I'm thinking like, folks already think this.
Cap,
shit
you have a big problem with that, buddy.
And I fuck with what he said. You know, I like, you know, I'm gonna listen to what brother say type shit. So it's like when he say something like that shit would throw me off so hard. Like, bro,
Xander,
like, let's talk about that, bro. Like, if you go to the studio and you pay for the time.
For sure.
Do you want an engineer who's got more to say or just ready to click the button?
I know Xander has a big feeling on this. Like, he has a lot to say about this.
You know, I'm the type of look. When I go to the studio, a new studio or wherever I'm going, I don't even tell. Like, I try to let the engineer catch my vibe first and shit like that. So.
Like, personally, bro, I want somebody who's like, if I ask you for input, you know,
give me input, or if I'm dearly struggling, or I'm actually saying some shit that's ass, you know, give input. But I also believe in doing this shit in the right way too. Like, you can't be so abrupt with it. Like, Cap, I love you, brother, but he would just be like,
he'll close the project. I don't fuck with this, bro.
or he would just damn near space out, almost like pull out the phone, And you know, you could tell when somebody's getting uninterested in the shit. You know,
his leg will start tapping.
You see those type of.
Shout out Cat, bro. It's all love, bro.
It's all for sure. It's all love. He know that.
But I mean, he hasn't really been focused on the music now. So I mean,
when we went out there to Florida, I didn't go to. I don't know if we can cut that. But when we saw him, fuck EPD and probation. Cut that. When we saw him, we went out there to make music, bro. It was just, like, we went out there to make music. He was so uninterested in making music. I went out there with like a snippet of a bullshit ass song.
I think we all know how it is when you got like some, you know, girl. It's just you know,
that shit is
too much.
A distraction. Hey, shout out Black.
Shout out Black, bro. Brother, we supposed to have you here again.
And let me ask you, like, let me ask you how you feel about that. If you're gonna blow up, do you think that you can be in a relationship on the rise? Like, people do it when they're there, but like on the rise.
I've been with my girl for.
Here we go.
6 years.
Wow.
Congratulations on that. I love talking about women. The fans love talking about women. They love hearing about women. And we talk about a lot of relationships here. Oh man, you know how has that been for you? 6 years. What are the ups and downs of that? My longest relationship's been 4, and it was
some time up there.
It's some time. There were so many ups and downs, so much cheating, so much growing that needed to happen. You know, how does 6 years work, man?
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I've always been like, you know, I was reckless, but I always been locked in. I was never loose in the head and shit. And I'm very, what's the word? No, you know, I got morals. You feel me? A lot
of niggas don't got morals. A lot of females
don't got morals. A lot of motherfuckers don't have morals and shit like that. And I look at it like this too, like, you can't do business with a nigga who would cheat on his wife or cheat on shit like that. You feel me, bro? That shit is unrighteous. You feel me, bro? Like, if he fuck her over, he'll fuck you over in that heartbeat type shit. So I don't know. I just got morals, and it's like it was hard, you know, and doing anything while young, trying to commit to anything while young. That shit always gonna be hard because we full of temptation. You feel me? We full of so much this. It's always gonna be another girl this. You feel me? And then I'm making music. It's always gonna be a girl that's gonna hit my line like this shit.
How old were you when you had your first kid?
19 or 18.
That's young. How was that feeling, bro?
It wasn't planned,
right?
But we knew we could handle it, and we knew we could make it happen.
Right.
So that shit was like, that shit changed me. That shit humbled me. That shit gave me real purpose. I felt like I had purpose before them, but that shit gave me like real purpose.
And
like,
you said you had 2, right?
2 kids.
What about
I got a daughter and a son. I got my son first.
Let's shout them out. Let's shout them out real quick.
Shout out Mikhail and shout out Melanie, man. Shout out my hearts, man.
And you know, having 2, you know, Xander, I feel like, you know, you guys are
right?
Uno. Man, Xander tells me all the time the struggles of like Milo. You know, he's a cool ass son named Milo, and he always calls me. He's like, Avi, do not have kids, man. Do you see what I'm dealing with right now?
Now, as beautiful as they are, you know, as much as of a blessing they are, you know, they gonna be assholes. They gonna be little rascals. They gonna, you know, as part of it. And this is what I'm gonna say. nobody around our age should really be focused on that. Right. I'm not gonna tell nobody what to focus on, but if you have the chance, like if you're not ready for that, if you're not locked in, if your relationship not good, don't try to bring a kid into the environment and shit like that. Like
focus on building a relationship.
We were just talking
focus
about
on
that.
Try to create some stability. I know some people don't become stable until they 50, 60, whatever the case may be. But try to have some form of stability in home life before you try to bring a.
And how have you managed? You know, Xander. You know, I'm with Xander a lot. So I see a lot of all my friends pretty much have kids.
Yeah.
So how do you involve your kids with the music and with the work? How do you combine those two? Like, is it how do you make time for that?
Yeah. So and I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Like you said, you got to kind of get your super dad on, know, and balance it all. But it's very hard though. No, it's very hard.
You ever just writing a song and it's just
you get thrown off. You might get smacked in the head with a cup, or you got a shoe coming across
inspired,
the
bro.
room, and that shit might turn you up because I gotta change this shit.
Right.
This shit, like so that shit'll turn you up. It shit'll fire you up.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. Like, I'm so glad I had a son first. Just like how I was saying in the beginning, like with my dad and shit like that. Like I do the core memories I do have with him and shit like that. I'm sitting on his lap while he recording and shit, or they having me do little ad libs and shit like that. And it's like the same thing with me with my son. That shit fueled a fire in a good way because he motivated me like I said, singing my song word for words. You feel me?
Yeah.
He died. Like
that's fine. I know you can't wait for that moment.
I got 2 songs with my son. Like,
so
my son's an artist himself already.
That's crazy. So your son that's what I was just about to ask. Your son is musically inclined like yourself.
Yes. Like he makes his own songs. Like he'll pull out the GoPro, like turn my GoPro on and set it up, turn on a beat, and like he'll sit there freestyle and quote unquote, as he said, I'm trying to transform it. He's trying to say perform. Right. I'm trying to transform it. He'll put
That's crazy. Has he made anything that's like a hit yet?
Actually, like he did the intro to. I can play something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me show you. He did a few intros.
I can't wait till I have kids and my son's singing my song. He's like, yeah. I can't wait for that moment, to be honest. That's gonna be so lit.
Yeah, my uncle does that with his kid. His kid, like, he'll ask him, like, do you think this sounds better or this sounds better when he's mixing?
Yeah, dude, honestly, you have a couple years left till Milo's singing your shit.
My son did the intro on this.
That's not hard.
And then, like, I got an actual song with him.
Hey, we need to get Milo on a beat. Come on.
He's not ready, bro.
He's gonna be like, no.
Because of its ass, I'm gonna have to throw it out.
And we made this song a few years ago, actually, bro. So like he can make some way harder shit now. I think he was damn near like 2 or 3 when he made this.
Right. So when did you know that like he would do that? He just showed interest in it.
I took him to the studio with me to Cap shit when Cap was staying at Elgin. Like when he was like, I don't know, like probably like 7, 8 months. The kid didn't cry the whole time. Cap will tell you, he didn't cry the whole time. He was just looking at the screen. You feel me? He wanted to be by the mic.
Yeah, he's gonna be on it.
And then this is his little verse. This was a few years ago.
That's so funny. Yeah. This would blow up though, bro. Like something like this, like a little kid made would blow up.
Kid Pop. And that's another thing. I wish when I was a kid, Cool Kennedy was just talking to me about this music camp they're having here. I wish I fucking went to music camp when I was a kid.
Bro, I wasn't thinking about that, I don't think it was like so inclusive as it is now.
Yeah. No, it's because it's the norm to like be an artist now, or to back then that shit was frowned upon.
Yeah.
Like, and I see why you was asking me that in the beginning of the shit where you was like, damn, what the fuck I was just gonna say
about like the genre of music you're making?
Yeah, like. That shit just like, I don't know, bro. It just almost like come, like, I don't know how to put it, bro.
Like naturally?
I just almost brain farted a little bit, but.
Oh, you're good, bro.
It's like.
Well, I wanted to ask because we're going to be running out of time here soon. Like, as of right now, like, what do you got planned, man? Like, I know you got a lot going on, but like, what's music's coming out and like, what's your plans?
Yeah, you and Black. Mention Black too. So, imagine he's here and,
Okay. Me and brother got unlimited shit for the summer shit.
Right.
Turn shit, underground shit, serious shit, shit about mental health, all type of shit like that. That shit is like coming rapid fire, like on that tip. And then also like to touch, I have still made drill songs and shit like that. You feel me? I will be shooting a few videos. You feel me?
Okay.
With more of
for sure.
I said it like, you know, I was gonna get them a little bit of that, you know, that
Right,
turn up.
Sprinkle what they like.
And that's what I'm looking for.
I don't want people to think that I stopped making that type of music.
Right.
That's the vault still full of that shit. I still, you know, I would go record it. It's just when it comes to projects and shit like that, I don't really. That shit just be more so random drop.
I think that's what Lucky said about, you know, he's always trying to give people a little bit of what they like.
Like,
but,
yeah, for sure that. And
nice.
as selfish as I want to be as an artist and just record all the shit that I want to record, I'm gonna be realistic with it. Some people want to get a little turn. Some people want to feel a little.
But if you're not doing that, like, why are you, you know?
And see, that's what I'm saying. It's a way to do it, any and everything. You ain't got to get on that bitch and talk about some shit. You know, you not. You know, you feel me? It's ways to drill rap. It's ways to street talk without talking about killing and shit like this. You know, it's a lot of shit going on out here. So.
Speaking of music, I hope, you know, since we, you know, we're here right now, I really wish Black was here. I hope one day we can get in the studio, bro, and you know, we all make a song together. I feel like you two would have a good song together.
Hell yeah.
And you know, maybe being Black, we gotta come back here and get Black and have you slide again.
Yeah. I'm with that shit.
We're gonna slide back. Shout out Cool, man.
Yeah, he set all this shit
this
up.
production, man.
We came here, we were ready with a tripod. We were about to thug this shit out with you, bro.
Nah, this shit,
we came
man.
here
Shout out Cool, man.
Shout out Studio 270.
Shout out LilSam, bro.
Shout out LilSam. Shout out Cap.
Shout out Avi.
Shout out
Xander.
Shout
out Cap.
Shout out Tyler in the back. Y'all don't see him. He's on probation, so he's lock in.
Probationary period, and yeah, that's about it for today. Thanks, LilSam. Go ahead. Whatever you just gotta say.
I love you, Cap.
Yeah, we love you, bro. Sorry, we love you.
No
He's
slander,
doing the fish content now, though. You seen that? It's going
Cap
crazy.
Aquatics.
Cap Aquatics,
bro. That's what he should have named it.
I seen he switched that shit up recently. I told him,
oh no, he had the tropical fantasy.
Yeah, I told him
that's
Cap Aquatics.
That
shit would have been harder, bro.
Success. Pretty soon he's gonna get brand deal. But yeah, this Under Influence, man. We have LilSam here today with us. Shout out everybody. We got Zan, Avi. We going.
Yup.